All right, welcome to another edition of the Foul Report. We just wrapped up the Merg Squad Media Perch Rodeo, and I am sad to report that I did not win. I did not win second, and I did not win third, so I did not get a big check, and neither did Chad. So we're still losers. We did have 23 people enter. It was awesome. We had a good time. The weather was decent, a little chilly. But everyone caught fish. The winning 15 perch weighed just over 12 pounds, so some really good fish were caught. And I think everyone had a good time. We did end up having a nice dinner here the night before. Some friends came in from out of town, spent the night. Just had a great time in general. So I think we'll be doing this again next spring for sure. Maybe we'll find something else to fish for. As well. But I think it's important to get the winners out here and talk to them today. They deserve it. They did a great job. So I'm going to get out of your way. I'm going to be the reporter today and ask our good friend Wally Blake, Captain Wally, Mr. Walleye. He kicked our butts. He won. Second place went to Luke Pinkney, who fished on my boat. So I'm going to take a little bit of credit. And then my daughter Jackie, who did not fish on my boat, who fished with Wally, came in third. So I'm going to get out of your way and let these guys get in here, and we'll ask them some questions about how they won the tournament. All right, so Wally's joining us remotely because he's out in Buffalo, Mr. Walleye, Captain Wally, our winner. Luke, Jackie, you guys want to come in? I'll fire some questions away on you guys. I love technology. Wally looks good. No. So, how did you guys feel? You can each answer individually, but Wally, we'll let you start. How did you feel going into the weigh-in? Did you feel like you had it in the bag? Did you feel like you were a contender?
Honestly, I wasn't sure. I know from fishing Lake Erie with a 15 fish limit, or weigh-in for tournament. I knew that Cayuga had some smaller fish compared to Lake Erie, so I was thinking a magic number somewhere in my head about 15 pounds, but apparently I was drastically wrong. And so I was very unsure going in when we weighed some fish in the boat, and I knew I was over 10, and Jackie was actually, doing a lot better than I was to start, so I kind of thought, she had, more than what I was going to weigh, but, I couldn't complain. It was just a matter of weeding through a lot of shorts, and I was, very unsure when it came to what I was going to need.
Okay. Jackie, what were you thinking when people were weighing in before you got a chance to weigh in?
Well, I was thinking Wally definitely beat me. First thing that came to mind. I was not expecting Luke to beat me, though. I thought I was going to be number 2 for sure, but
Ooh.
Luke came out of nowhere.
Oh, shots fired.
That's good confidence. Well, all right, Luke. What's your defense to that? What were you thinking? I guess at weigh-in.
Pre-weigh-in, I was feeling pretty good. I caught some nice ones, but it was definitely hard weeding through the little ones. We caught a lot of fish, and just weeding through the little ones was definitely the hardest part. But coming in, seeing what everybody else had, I was feeling pretty confident when it came to weigh-in time. So.
Yeah, I knew with the 4 of us that fished on my boat.
Yep.
I knew you had the most weight. So I was you did catch a good one on the last cast when I was picking everything up. But no, I felt good about your chances, and I was hoping that I had enough, but obviously I was well short.
Yeah. A lot of spawned out fish.
Yeah. So talk about the spawned out. So
Yeah.
usually this time of year, that's not an issue, but we did catch a lot of spawned out fish. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, just a lot of skinny fish weeding through them. It's just, we weren't really catching those, jumbo perch that you would normally find on Cougar or any of the big lakes. There are a lot of just spawned out fish.
Yeah.
But Wally, you and Jackie caught a lot of fish that hadn't spawned out. So tell me a little bit about, you guys had a different strategy for sure. I was out there, so I saw you moving around. Tell us a little bit about the strategy you guys had.
Yeah, my game plan going into it was just get on some fish right away, see what we came up with, and first spot we came up to, we were following you out. We marked some fish and looked at Jackie and says, "Yeah, we got some fish here. Let's put down and we'll try it." So we sat there and waited for 15 minutes before we could, the 7 a.m. Start time, and we caught a ton of fish. But I just kept looking at Jackie and told her, says, "If we want to win, this isn't going to be the spot to do it. We had to make a move."
Yeah.
And I know Jackie wasn't quite too thrilled about it because we were catching fish, but so we made a little bit of a run out to some deeper water, and we marked some fish there. We put down, but they weren't active. We weren't catching what we needed to catch. I think we each caught one or two, and I pulled the plug on that. We ran back towards where we started, but I noticed there was a little hump on the screen. So with some deeper water, so we went into that, and I put the Panoptics down, and I seen it. There were definitely some bigger fish, and luckily, we put down, and there ended up being some more non-spawned out fish, and we were able to get some big females that helped us out, for weight wise.
Yeah, for sure. Way bigger fish where we were fishing in the last 2 hours than where we were right at the beginning, and the deeper water was not it. There was not anything biting, and it was a good move to move.
Yeah, yep, for sure. Yeah, the second spot was definitely too deep for us, and then we had to come back. And then that was the other thing was I think we were definitely on the outside of the pack of the boats.
Yep.
We didn't do that, Luke.
Nope.
We did not do that.
We did not do that.
So what was our strategy?
We found fish early. Thanks to Mike, he knew where to go. So we found fish early and a lot of them. So we spot locked and we hung out there all day. We fished there all day, and we all four of us caught quite a few good ones. We weeded through them pretty good, but it was crazy. He's just, your bait's gone before your weight hits the bottom, just insane. But just a ton of small fish.
Yeah, we went definitely quantity. I know on our boat, we dumped our buckets multiple times and called fish so we could keep fishing.
Yep.
So caught well over 50 fish a person.
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jackie said that was one of the slower days up there too.
Well,
Which kind of
it was
surprised.
cold.
Because that was my first time fishing Cayuga.
All right, don't rub it in that your first time fishing Cougar, you smoked us.
It was not my first time.
I felt a little bit bad going into this when I kind of just told Jackie she was not fishing on my boat and was going to fish with you, Wally, because you were coming in solo. But I guess, Jackie, how do you feel now about fishing with Wally versus fishing with your dad?
Well, I know from walleye fishing that he's a pretty good captain, so I wasn't too worried going into it. And I mean, I will choose to fish on his boat rather than yours next time, probably.
Wow.
Well,
next year.
That hurts a little.
That's hurtful.
Probably.
Hurtful. Although I would fish with Wally too, other than me.
100%.
So I'm not going to blame you. Well, what are you guys going to do with your big checks? Where do they go? Do they get thrown in the garbage? Do they get hung in a special spot? I'm curious because I need to know where I should hang mine when I eventually win one someday.
Yep, mine's going right on my wall in my room. Yep.
How about you, Wally?
Mine will be going on top of, I want to say nice sand, but a shelf up on the wall.
Jackie, where's yours going?
Wherever you want to put it.
Yes, so I can kind of play it off that people can ask me about
You
it.
can erase my name if you want.
No, I use Sharpies, so I can't erase them. Look weird if I scratched it out at this point.
Yeah.
All right. So after we've done this, what would you change if we do this again? Like, what's your feedback on how we did the tournament, being that you're the 3 winners? How do you think we could make it better if we do it again?
Well, I would say timing-wise, if you did it earlier in the season, I think it's going to be a lot closer because there'll be a lot more fish that hadn't spawned yet. So that's where you're going to get a lot of really, really, really close weights.
Yeah. Yeah, the field was pretty
It was stretched. I mean, it was stretched out. What I was at 12 pounds.
Yep.
Over 12.
I was 10-3.
That was with 15 fish and one of the last place guys. I mean, we were down to 5 pounds for 15 fish.
Yep. Yeah. Actually,
So
I think
that's a huge difference.
Yeah. Yep.
We had some people not weigh too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some people that didn't
We
weigh.
had a couple cop-outs.
Yeah, there were some folks ashamed.
Yeah. They
Ashamed.
chose not
And
to
after Wally just rolls up in there and dumps 12 pounds out, they were like, I don't even want to weigh my fish.
Yeah.
So
Well, me and Jackie, we were the last two.
Yeah, we were the
I think
last
we were
one.
the last
Oh.
2 or 3 to weigh.
Luke was
I was kind
Right.
of middle of the road.
Yeah.
I was
So I was very unsure when we got there because I knew you guys had already weighed a bunch of fish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what to expect. And I think it was Kyle or whatever, your neighbor. He got up on the boat when we were weighing Jackie's fish, trying to pick out the biggest ones.
Oh, he was. I
big.
think he was trying to sabotage.
not Kyle.
They're not.
But
Kyle wouldn't do that.
I mean, he's like, "Oh man, you guys are good. You guys are good." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't know. Like, I want to try to get every single ounce we can get."
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it really does. It really does come down to like those few ounces can win it for you.
Yeah.
I mentioned it in the beginning, but my last cast, Mike was picking up the trolling motor, and I put one last cast out, and I caught a fish that called one of my bigger fish, and I won by 0.3 ounces over Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that fish definitely did it. For
that
you.
was it.
That was
Yeah,
the
that-
difference between second and third.
place. Yep.
Yep.
One
for
fish.
sure. For sure.
Always throwing fish back.
Yeah, we were.
During the
Me and Jackie, we didn't really call fish. I would say it was more. We just look at each other like, nope, that's not gonna do us. And we kept throwing. We threw a ton of fish back.
Yep.
And then once it got down towards that last hour or so, then we started keeping some smaller fish just to, try to get our limit. For fish fry. But we all morning long, we were throwing a ton of fish back. I've never thrown so many fish back. I almost felt guilty.
It's because you're spoiled because you fish Erie all the time.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So aside from winning money, taking my money and my big checks, what was your most favorite part about the Perch Rodeo?
My favorite. I mean, I had my dad, my grandfather, and Mike. We had a ball out there. We caught fish all day. It was a lot of fun being out there. I've only fished Cougar a few times, so being out there and just nonstop, you couldn't put your bait on quick enough. So it was a lot of fun. Made a lot of memories.
Mm-hmm.
What about you,
Go ahead,
Wally?
Jackie.
Oh, I gotta go. Oh, he wants to hear my response probably. Well, I liked fishing with Wally a lot. It was.
She's really hammering down on
No,
liking the
she's
fish with
hammering
Wally a
you
lot,
with
isn't she?
Well, it was a lot different than fishing with my dad. And
Whoa, let's expand on that. What's so different about it?
First of all, he had better music,
Oh, okay.
and he knew what he was doing a little bit more.
Oh,
This is going south.
Shots fired.
wow.
going
Definitely
south.
fired. Well, I also got to see a lot more of the lake than I normally do because we normally sit in the same spot, and that's where we first started, was the same spot we always go to.
Mhm.
And I liked that Wally wanted to move. He was adventuring the lake of Cayuga. And I mean, I don't eat perch, but I tried perch after this, and that was pretty good.
Yeah. Perch is good.
So
Okay.
that was a plus.
Okay.
All right. Well, I would have to say for me, it was. I enjoyed fishing with Jackie. I always do. I mean, she's come out and fished with walleye on Erie many times, and it's always a blast. But I would say my biggest thing besides that was it was just something different other than Lake Erie. For perch. So, not like I said, I never fished Cayuga, and it was just nice to have a different scenery and a little different. Lake Erie, I'm used to fishing deep water, and you go to Cayuga and we're fishing, less than 15 foot of water, which I'm not used to.
It's a lot easier to call them that way because their swim bladders aren't out their mouths.
Yes. Yeah, you can't do that on Erie.
Yep. All right. So if we do this again next year, are you guys in?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. Well.
We got to defend it.
Oh, okay. I'm coming for you next year. All right. Well, appreciate it very much. Congratulations again on your big checks. I'm jealous. And a few extra dollars in your pocket to go buy your dad something nice, Jackie. All right. That's it from the Power Report. Thanks a lot.